Some people in this world are one-watch people. If you're a regular of this channel, that's probably not you. But this is a subject that is endlessly interesting, even if a one-watch collection is only hypothetical. There are multiple reasons why you'd limit yourself to a single watch. Maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're looking to sell a few pieces to pay for the one, or maybe you just don't see the need to have more than one watch, which honestly is a very financially wise decision to have. You have to admire those that can have only one watch. It takes a lot of self-knowledge and self-control to pull this off. It's kind of like camping in that you can only bring the essentials into the woods. You only need one pair of boots, one knife, and one watch. Even if you have multiple watches in your collection, aren't there times when you wish you could smush a few of them together into one? Let's talk about a few things today to look for in an all-around watch and touch on a few examples at various price points. If you're only gonna have one watch, it has to do a whole lot. And by that, I mean it has to work in a variety of environments, from the office to the outdoors to the white tablecloth restaurant. You'll need to strike a balance between dressy and sporty, and you'll need some water resistance if you'd like to take the watch for a swim. A watch that works on a bracelet or a strap adds versatility, and it helps to stay away from polished finishes, as those scratch easier than a brushed finish. Let's start with some entry-level options. A friend of mine texted me the other day. He just had a kid and he said, "I want to finally buy myself a watch, but my diaper budget is much bigger than my watch budget. Can we get this done for around $100? He ended up with a Seiko 5 from the SNK line and is very happy. A lot of watches under $1,000 are well suited for a one-watch collection. Brands recognize that non-enthusiasts often prefer an all-around piece to something super specialized. Seiko is a natural choice for this category, and they have a range of options on the spectrum from dressy to sporty. The SRPG series is a nice middle ground between the two, although it's far from your only option. The Tissot PRX is a very cool watch with an integrated bracelet, so you get the feeling of a Royal Oak without the high price tag. Like the PRX, the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical is a budget-friendly watch that was well received by enthusiasts of all levels. This field watch is typically worn on a NATO strap, but it does work with a leather strap or a steel bracelet for added versatility. If you have a little over $1,000 to spend, Nomos should definitely be on your list, particularly their Club series. And on another note, if you're looking for a single watch on a budget, don't be turned off by Quartz. It's accurate, it's reliable, and it'll save you the maintenance costs of a mechanical movement. We have here an Omega Seamaster Aquaterra to show a suitable example for the intermediate price range. The watch is of course chronometer certified with Omega's coaxial escapement. To keep things interesting, you have nice details on the dial here with a little bit of texture, cool arrow on the hands, these twisted lugs, and a sapphire case back. This is a watch with polished surfaces, which does help it dress up a little bit easier, but those polished surfaces are more prone to wear and tear. Taking this intermediate category a little broader, we can also include options from Tudor like the Black Bay 36 or the fan favorite Black Bay 58. The modern Cartier Santos has 100 meters of water resistance, so it's worth a mention as well. The Omega Speedmaster is not the best option for swimming, but it is a true classic and has long been a favorite for one-watch collections. If you're hungry for a Rolex, the Datejust is the go-to, and you have a range of dial, bezel, and bracelet options. Finally, we can make an entire video on Grand Seikos that would work for a one-watch collection, so be sure to consider those in your search as well. Let's jump up to the big leagues and talk about a luxury one-watch collection. To be clear, people with money to spend are less likely to limit themselves to one watch, but there are many watches in this category that cover all your bases. And if you're a James Bond fan, you know that even with an unlimited equipment budget, 007 himself had only one watch. Speaking of James Bond, you'll probably remember that he sported a Rolex Submariner in a few films. Now this is not the James Bond Submariner reference 6538, rather we have a transitional reference 168000, also known as the 000. Again, I would recommend staying away from vintage for a one-watch collection since there are more maintenance costs with vintage and water resistance fades over time. That said, we had the opportunity to get our hands on this watch for this video, so who could resist? Here you have the classic styling of the Rolex Submariner, which is instantly recognizable even to non-enthusiasts. The case is only about 12 millimeters thick, so it will slide underneath most cuffs, and you can throw it on a leather strap for a bit more formality. It's no surprise that Rolex is king in this particular category. The watches last a lifetime, they age very well, and they have the prestige that allows them to work with a suit as well as they work with a t-shirt and jeans. I would also recommend watches from Jaeger-LeCoultre like the Polaris series. Their Polaris Diver uses an internal rotating bezel which makes the watch feel a little less sporty and therefore a little more versatile. Blancpain is another heritage manufacturer well suited for this category, and I'm a particular fan of their Le Mans Ultra Slim series, as you get a slim case, elegant details on the dial, and luminescent hands for a practical touch. At even higher price points, the world is really your oyster. Popular premium options for a one-watch collection include the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak and the Rolex Daytona. But I'm willing to bet those fortunate enough to be shopping at that level have a few ideas of their own. There you have it, a quick look at some suitable options for a one-watch collection, no matter what your budget is. As always, there are many great watches that we missed, so drop a comment below with your personal favorites and be sure to like and subscribe while you're there. I'm Thomas the Chrono 24, thanks for tuning in and enjoy your watches.